So I know I said that my last video was going to be my last video in the post that I recently made. However, I decided that just shouldn't be the case. I was feeling a little down when I made that post, but I decided that just shouldn't be how it ends. So I'm back at my studio today. I'm painting. And so I'm painting. I'm not letting anything get me down. I'm reflecting on a lot of things that have happened over the past 2 weeks, namely being just a lot. I won't even go into specific details, but basically, thank you to everyone who has stayed supportive of me. I dyed my hair. That's totally unrelated, but in case you guys are wondering, I don't really love it, but you know what? Can't do anything about it now, so I'm gonna go with it and just, rock it, like everything else in my life. So, and reflecting back on the last video I posted, by the way, which actually had nothing to do with me wanting to abandon this account, my channel, but basically, I don't regret any of the work that I've done with Cami. I actually think we had a great interview, despite what anyone says. So, all things considered, yeah, I'm really glad we did that interview. I hope that it's one of many. I am still anticipating, hopefully, collaborating with he who shall not be named, for the sake of protecting the potential of future collaboration. But if you know, you know. I deeply respect his work and would love to work with him, and make something true to his aesthetic as well. But with Cami, her and I have talked about it a little bit. She might even be watching right now. Hi, Cami. But, I think that maybe we didn't make something that was gonna launch off our, propel our careers as respective artists forward. But I do deeply believe that we made something true to the narrative of allowing freedom of expression for individual stories to be told, because that's really important, and I'll never take that away from someone. Express your own narrative. If that's your story, I want people to be able to tell it. So with any negative backlash, I don't abide by that. I'm not giving into that. I think we did a great job on the interview. Lately, I've just been reflecting on a lot, my personal failures. But one thing I really learned, I think, in this whole thing recently, just reflecting, is basically, sorry, so maybe you guys can see me painting a little bit, but basically, that's fine. I wanted to abandon ship, excuse me. I wanted to jump ship. I felt like a little bit of a failure. I am no longer feeling that way, and I won't go into why, but basically, I've been thinking about everything that I have done this year and not the things that I'm not able to achieve yet. Because I deeply believe that anything that's meant for you will align with you and will come for you, and you will be able to reap what you sow, in due time. So I don't think it's really a matter of being discouraged about things that haven't happened yet, because, we create the future with our actions and decisions today. So keeping the momentum going, I am just really proud of myself for all the things that I have achieved, because, that's how you create that loser mindset, is focusing on things that you haven't done yet, in the negative sense, in the sense that oh, I might never achieve this. And guess what? Even if not, that's fine, because I probably still have so many other great opportunities in my life. I can't let anything slow me down at this point, because I have a business to run, I have a studio to operate, and I'll never let myself live it down. God forbid, if anything happens with my studio, I have to keep my studio for the sake of self-preservation and also giving back to the community. I've already established myself a little bit, and I mean, I'm already here. I'm here for the next 4 years. I can't let it slip. So no matter what happens, with like the whole independent, like, I would like to get more into music journalism. I think that would be awesome. But even if that doesn't, like manifest quite like I want it to, I'm not going to beat myself up. Because again, a lot of people don't even like take the chance on themselves to be able to like take a chance on their dreams, or to even facilitate that, to take the steps to facilitate that. But I wouldn't say proud of myself, because pride isn't what I'm going for here, but like I am very grateful for having the courage, for being given the courage to, whether it's from myself or from powers that be, respectfully, in a good way. There are good powers that do be. So I think that in that regard, I'm just very grateful, like, to even have taken the steps to get to where I am. Again, because some people don't even take those steps to begin with. So even just considering the fact that like I've done something, I've taken a leap of faith that some people don't even ever actualize in their entire lives. I see people talk all the time about, oh, I'm so depressed, I've hit like a lull in my life, where do I go from here? And I've been there before. I've definitely been there before myself. So it's kind of like, do I want to go back to that, or do I want to keep moving forward and have this momentum and just make something true and keep making connections and keep being a good person and keep hoping that things align because I'm doing the right thing? And I'm hoping that the latter is the case for me. So I'm not going to apologize for being myself. That's like the worst thing that I could probably do at this point, because no one else can be me, and that's kind of like my superpower or something like that. But I can't give up my dreams. Sorry if I'm being recursive right now. I'm also painting, so I'm focused. But yeah, I think that I shouldn't give up. I should be proud of myself, in a sense. Not the self-serving kind, but like, because I always like reject that. But yeah, having the courage to move forward, and even if the results are uncertain, and keep trusting the process, and keep inspiring other people, and keep being a good example as much as I can. I'm not perfect, but in the areas that I shine, I do shine. I have a good heart, and I think that's what matters. Not in like the road to hell is paved with good intentions kind of way. I really do have a good heart. I'm actually going to go pick up a new lizard from a rescue today to take in. Not saying that makes me a good person by merit, but I mean, like, I think maybe not as a standalone thing, but sure, it contributes to the reason why. But yeah, I'm not gonna give up what I'm doing again, because like, some people don't even actualize, like, they don't even take that first leap of faith to get their dreams. And I feel like at very least, like, I've taken that, that first leap of faith. And I'm just going to be trusting it from here. So I can't really give up on anything, because that's just not in the cards for me. I've already come so far. I can't reduce myself to things that might not happen, or things that didn't happen, or whatever, or haven't happened yet. I just have to have faith that everything that's meant for me will happen for me in due time. And that's like in the totality of all things, not just, the microcosm. I'm talking about like 10 years from now, what's going to happen in my life, what's going to happen in your life. Well, we have to create that right now. Because there's no other way except to do the next right thing, to do what's right. And so, like, right now. And I think in that consideration, life has lots of surprises, good and bad. I only want to focus on what I can control right now, which is like most things. But again, I just feel like, yeah, if I focused on all the things that like I feel like could go wrong, and I've touched on this in some of my other videos before, but if I focus on the wrong things, then I'll never be able to actualize what I've already accomplished so far, which is actually, like I said, it's a lot. I've accomplished a lot, and I don't want to give up on that momentum. So to keep propelling myself forward, I kind of have to give myself credit in that sense. Always give yourself credit where it's due. That's for sure. But just want to let you guys know I haven't disappeared. I'm trying not to be discouraged. I'm trying to stay hopeful. I am still really excited about, you know, like collaborations in the future with other artists. And I hope you guys stay tuned. And I hope that you guys keep subscribing and help me get my visibility and my numbers up, because I definitely want to make more videos like talking about like, you know, art and AI and ethics and animal rights and stuff like that. Because those are my big things, and like moral philosophy and stuff like that. So yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Sorry about this plant being in the way the whole time. There's a lot of stuff like that in here. So yeah, sorry if it's a little bland today. I'll try to do better next time, but I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I'll show you my painting real quick. 1 second. Yeah, it looks kind of crazy, I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, so I have like a major kind of like love-hate relationship with Labubu, as I have shown in my previous videos, where I talk about mass consumerism and stuff like that. Real quick snippet, tidbit. But yeah, I feel like I have learned to like calm down my disdain for Labubu by channeling it into a positive thing, because they're easy to paint, you know, like they're easy to paint. So I feel like, you know, quelling that in a sense, and channeling it into a positive thing versus being like, I fucking hate consumerism, even though that is true, or I fucking hate Labubu. I don't hate the little guys anymore. They do look demonic, but you know, I'm having fun painting them, so I'm trying to take that power back too. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.